Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
All right. Hello, crypto family. Happy 4th of July. Hope you're having a good time. Today will be a short show because of the holiday here, but we still wanted to make sure we came and gave you a live show, live market update. Hey, Bill, how are you? Happy 4th of July.
Ian, hi. Happy 4th. Nice to see you.
Likewise. And as you can see, both of us are traveling now. I'm currently here in New York City. Bill's somewhere in Texas. Forrest, unfortunately, is at a barbecue and can't make it with our family. So we'll hold down the fort. All right. Let's maybe hop straight into it, Bill. Market update.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening or good morning. This is your market update. Friends, it's 1999, so get ready. If you were in 4th grade at the time, don't worry. It was a very interesting year, and we're going to get you up to speed on how today was like yesterday. So let's start with GAN Research and Development. We always like to share any research and development ideas with our friends who watch our live stream. Gann's work has the number 44 as being very important throughout the way he divides up time and tries to find cool places where bottoms and top will appear. Okay, so 44 years ago, it was 1977. And in that year, something good and something bad happened, right? The bad was that there was a blackout in New York City. And in the exact same city, later in that year, Reggie Jackson, a baseball player, ironically, whose number was 44, single-handedly won the World Series for the New York Yankees by hitting 3 home runs in one game, I believe more than once. Now, if we take 44, cut it in half and look at 22 years ago, that was 1999. Okay, in August of that year, there was a very sharp correction in stocks, particularly in internet stocks, and everyone thought the rally was over. However, once the decline or correction ended, the rally that happened in the fourth quarter of 1999 and the first quarter of 2000, so roughly 5-6 months, was massive. So everyone thought it was over, and it wasn't. Sound applicable? A lot of Gann work at multiple levels. We won't get too deep into weeds, but there's a lot of work that suggests that August of 1999 is similar to July of this year. So let's just take a look at NASDAQ quick so I can give you the flavor of what it looked like and how vertical it went after that little correction in August that you can barely notice. At the time, it was like, oh my God, this is the top. And then it just went straight up. Again, sound familiar? Okay, let's take a look at Ethereum on a 2-week bar chart. So we're going to break out with some interesting time frames to keep you on your toes for the stream. Okay, 22 bars from August of 2020, the start of like the last big DeFi rally, happens to be July 5th. That's tomorrow. So this is a season for ETH. And if you look at this 2-week candlestick, basically over the last 2 weeks, ETH has been hammered from, 2,300 down to 1,700 and back. So this big correction that was supposed to mirror what happened in equities in 1999 may have already happened. Clearly puts you in dip buying mode going forward. Okay, looking at ETH versus Bitcoin. Yes, I know this is busy. There are a lot of lines, but here is the bottom line. At 0.06, Ethereum is too cheap versus Bitcoin. It should probably be at 0.09 or 0.12. And this Gann work indicates, especially since we're looking at a monthly chart, okay, if you go back to September of 2019, okay, it's been 22 months since the bottom of the overall altcoin market. All right, now let's look at Bitcoin on a 2-week chart, okay? Again, look at these candlesticks. Look at these dojis. What's a doji? It's a stalemate, okay? Bitcoin is roughly 22 bars away from its bottom during the DeFi rally in July of 2020. Clearly, what's gone on in Bitcoin has been sort of an overshoot that moved to like 28K. So if you're asking or wondering, should it go below 30? I don't think it's going to. I think the lows are in. I think the only question is, do you get red days, or how many red days do you get between, say, now and the 17th to get involved? Okay, DeFi, all right? One thing that's funny about the live stream is it seems like I do the charts earlier in the day, and by the time I get to the stream, it's already happening. I guess that's a lot better than it not happening. All right, DeFi, this is DeFi perp. DeFi looks like it's picking up. It can go from 8,000 to 11,000. Okay, it's got a lot of room to move based on these fancy Gann lines called Gann Square. Okay, so DeFi can actually start to trend. It may not start real fast, but it's starting fast enough for us because today is a lot better than what we've been looking at. I mean, today looks spectacular with some coins up 6 to 10%. Chainlink, all right? Link Marines, where are you? Time to jump out of bed and hit the beach. Okay, Chainlink's GitHub development rate, according to a firm called Santiment, hat tip to a friend of mine for finding this. The GitHub development rate at Chainlink is going north. That's the red line as price went down to 17. Okay, if you look at the technicals on Chainlink, this is a 4-day chart, so each bar is roughly a week. Chainlink has been in like a liquidity event paradise, meaning everyone's been selling and smart money's been buying below 20. Chainlink, in my view, not investment advice, can head to 23. It's endured a 44-day correction, so that number pops up again. And Chainlink feels like it wants to go to 60 or 100, right? A lot of people think, oh, this coin's overvalued or that coin's overvalued. No one talks about Chainlink anymore. No one. And I think that this, and maybe even XRP and some of these and VeChain, right? So your Chainlinks, your Ripples, and your VeChain, these cryptos that have these ardent followings that aren't meme coins may come storming back. Okay, SNX, synthetics. All right. We discussed on Token Metrics TV how, synthetics was coming back from a 144-day bar correction and a 44-day correction. So the bottom line is there was 2 indicators for synthetics telling you that there was going to be a bottom between the 1st and the 8th of July. Looks like that bottom is coming in today. Again, we did this on Token Metrics TV. And take a look at where those stochastics are in the bottom right corner, turning up from very low levels, just like they were in November of 2020, which was the last time that DeFi was dead. Okay, Perp. Yes, we're back on Perp. Perp survived the down move. It traded in this really weird range between 12 and 4. It's back at 8.6. Okay, if Perp can get above 8.6 or 9, 12 is possible. So I don't see any reason why Perp can't go back up to the top end of the range. Okay, Alpha. All right, ouch. Yeah, I know. This still hurts, but it's starting to move, and I have a Gann inflection point that allows me to talk about it sort of intelligently using charts, right? On July 8th, around 57 cents, it could be a big inflection point for Alpha. If Alpha starts rallying through that point near that time frame, that could be very constructive. Okay, speaking of very constructive, we have a low cap coin Monte Carlo DEX that one of our traders is looking at. It was at 40, 17 is a resistance point. This is like something like 500 on the market cap chart. And like Perp, right, it's got a very interesting twist on this whole derivatives theme, just like synthetics. So just because the market went down 60% doesn't mean I'm giving up on the future of Wall Street on the blockchain. And MCB could be a part of that. And that, friends, is the market update.
All right. Thank you, Bill. That was amazing. So if you enjoyed that market update, please smash the like button, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Not being in crypto is a financial crime. Tell them to check out Token Metrics and share this video with them. All right. Bill, are you still there? Do we have you?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, yeah. All right. So, well, Bill has to go back. Happy 4th of July. Any last words to our crypto family?
Yes, friends, please continue to believe in crypto, right? I always tell you to believe in yourselves. This week, I'm going to put a twist on it. Crypto forever. Central bank chairman was in Financial Times complaining that they should stop calling the dollar fiat currency. That means we are winning. Stay strong.
All right. Thank you, Bill. And happy 4th of July. Take care. Okay. All right. So, hello? Okay. All right. So let's now segue. This camera is a crime. Hey, I'm traveling here on holiday. Comments here from the audience. Cheese is saying, love this show. Please do more of these live streams, guys. So we have Token Metrics TV, where we have daily videos, right? So definitely go there. Bill has his market update 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So if you like that, become a customer at Token Metrics. That's the value you get. And that's also part of all plans, with a hodler, investor, and pro plan. Okay, so I want to do a quick update on the crowdfund. But before we do, I want to kind of go through the disclosure and everything, right? Right now, we are testing the waters, right? So please just pause the video, read this message. Basically, we are testing the waters to gauge to gauge investor interest in an offering under regulation crowdfunding. No money or other consideration is being solicited. If sent, it will not be accepted. No offer to buy securities will be accepted. No part of the purchase price will be received until a Form C is filed, and only through WeFunder's platform. Any indication of interest involves no obligation or commitment of any kind. All right, disclosure out of the way. Thank you, crypto family, for the support. We're now over 2 million raised, right? So pat yourself on the back. We're so happy to have all of you be able to participate and join us in our mission to go out there and bring economic empowerment and financial freedom through crypto to the whole world, right? To humanity through crypto, right? What is Tokenmetrics? Go through here, check out the whole pitch. We also had a Moon Mission video where I did a deep dive. I think it was almost 40 minutes long, going through the WeFounder page and everything. We also put that up on the YouTube channel on Tokenmetrics, even my personal channel as well. So definitely go check it out if you have not checked it out. But thank you so much for the support. I appreciate everything. Even though right now it's showing 2.7, we actually have over 3.1 in the back end. So we're getting closer and closer to our goal. So if you have any friends out there who possibly want to indicate their interest in joining us to empower people through crypto and AI, definitely send up the link to this page. It's wefunder.com/tokenmetrics. Either works, either token.metrics or tokenmetrics, either works, but basically wefunder.com/tokenmetrics. I'll actually drop the link here in the chat, but I want to thank you so much for the support. You definitely are crypto family. If you've been looking for the link, there it is. Okay. All right. So that being said, let's segue back to the presentation. And by the way, follow us on social media. We're almost getting the YouTube channel for Tokenmetrics to almost 100K. We crossed 80K last week. We got 20 more K to go. Help us get there. Maybe we'll have a nice live stream bash to ring in 100K. Follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, the podcast as well. Okay, all right, so let me segue through this. And we also have Tokenmetrics TV. We are going to be making a new update or relaunching TMTV. Right now it's been access, we've taken your feedback, and we have gone through and we'll be actually changing vendors to a different vendor that's more robust, that gives you better capabilities, even 2x speed in terms of playing content. Okay, let's switch into crypto. Bill's market update. Question of the day. Go to menti.com, that's MENTI.com, and use the code 32363168. That's 32363168 for question of the day. Where do you think Bitcoin will be by the end of 2021? The options are below 30K, 30 to 45K, 45 to 65K, above 65K, a new all-time high. Very, very good question. Now, we don't have Bill, unfortunately, or for us for any TA. And the price prediction models on our platform really only go out for 1 month. So I'm just going to go through based just purely on fundamentals and just and basically some speculation. I'm very optimistic, even though I don't own any Bitcoin. I prefer Ethereum. I'm still optimistic, and I would not be surprised if Bitcoin was over 100K by the end of the year. I would not be surprised at all, right? Because the all-time high was over 60K. So that's just 40K over there. Now, I believe Forrest did some kind of analysis on Bitcoin. I'm not sure if this was posted on YouTube or if this was just to our professional webinar customers, but I think he was looking at a stock to flow model and said that Bitcoin was basically on the way up. But in general, I'm very optimistic. However, I personally would not put my money in Bitcoin right now, but I still think if you're brand new to crypto, if you're risk averse, if you want something more stable, especially if we enter a possible bear market, definitely worth looking into. But if I had to pick between here, I would pick above 65K, a new all-time high by the end of 2021, because historically Bitcoin has done well in December, Christmas season, essentially, right? That's when the all-time high happened back in 2017 in December. And in general, I don't think a Bitcoin ETF will happen this year, but I think there's so much pressure happening on regulators and the SEC. I mean, they'll have to be stupid, honestly, to not eventually have a Bitcoin ETF accepted. So I think it's going to happen in the next 4 years, basically in the next term or this current term of the SEC. Actually, I think are the terms 2 years or 4 years? But anyway, basically within 2 to 4 years, I would not be surprised if an ETF is passed. That might seem like a long time, but the way the governments go, they move pretty slow, right? But now we have big companies like Fidelity putting in applications for an ETF. We have ARK Invest putting in applications for an ETF. So Wall Street is clamoring for Bitcoin ETF. And now with the hashing power prior being primarily based in China, now we have Chinese miners getting booted out of China, coming to America, whether they're going to Texas, Florida, other places where there's more energy and there's less government dictatorship. That could be a way to really make the hashing power more spread out. So if anything, I think an ETF is going to happen, but I think that speculation will likely happen maybe towards the end of the year. But in general, I'm very optimistic on Bitcoin. But anyway, I've been rambling. Let's see what the audience has to say here. Tower says, might be the catalyst for the next bull run. Okay. Lots of coin request questions. Okay, apologies here. Okay, anyway, let's just go through and reveal the results. Drum rolls, please. Okay, the audience agrees. They believe by the end of 2021, we'll be at a new all-time high over 65K. And because Bitcoin is getting scarce and scarce, right? So it basically makes sense. Governments are printing more and more money. We have inflation, right? And hyperinflation in other parts of the world. So it's not obvious, it's not guaranteed, but I think it's probable. And it looks like the audience agrees as well. So thank you for that. Let's move on to the next part of the live stream. Thought of the week. Are NFTs sleeping now? Yes, NFTs are still waiting for their time. Next option, they're waking up. Third option, aren't NFTs popular all the time? Okay, so first of all, I'm now officially an art collector. I've been getting more and more into art. For those who've kind of been following me for a while, you know that I moved to Austin, Texas. But I've been buying some art just to kind of have some stuff up on the walls. And I've been researching art, but now art investing, right? Because after spending a few hefty coins on some art, I began to look at it as, okay, how can I speculate on art and make some money on art? Actually, prior to this live stream, I was watching this documentary called, I think let me get the full name. I don't want to ruin it. It was a BBC documentary. It's about 90 minutes long. It's called The Banker's Guide to Art. And just go to YouTube, put in The Banker's Guide to Art. And really, I mean, the wealthy people love art, right? Even to a point, if you do it the right way, you can actually make a lot more money on art than the stock market if you're doing it the right way. Now, this translates to NFTs because NFTs now are essentially art, but digital. You're basically buying digital art. So I haven't really dabbled into NFTs, but now that I'm into all this, right? Especially, there's so many ways because the reason why, from my very limited research, the reason why art, and I think why NFTs could be even bigger, right? But let's first talk about art, right? The reason why art investing is loved by the wealthy, basically like by billionaires, right? Imagine you have bought so many houses, so many Lambos, so many private planes, so many yachts. I mean, they're expensive, but they're huge to move, right? With art, you can just buy a painting and use that as a way to store cash or value, right? Let's say you buy the Mona Lisa or something like that, or a Picasso or a Basquiat or a Keith Haring, right? Let's say you put $100 million into that, and it's just a painting, right? Now, so that's why art is very, very loved by the wealthy. And then you can take that art and store that into free ports, basically those shipping containers, which are kind of offshore for some tax savings, depending where you live. But anyway, now take that same concept and make it digital. That's a game changer. So I think NFTs are here to stay. I don't see them going anywhere. Like imagine you wanted to store money, right? You could technically do it through crypto, right? That's why crypto exists, right? But let's say you wanted other ways to do it, right? Let's say you're an art collector. You could do it now through NFTs. What you were doing with Freeports, you can now do it on the blockchain with crypto. Whether you're buying Hashcats or CryptoPunks or Beeple art, you basically are doing the same thing digitally. So it's almost like crypto is a digital Freeport for art collectors, right? So basically, to answer the question, right, the options are where, yes, NFTs are still waiting for their time. They're waking up soon. Aren't NFTs popular all the time? I would say they're still waiting for their time, but they're definitely here to stay. All right. I feel like there was a hype train, then the hype train kind of fell off. People kind of moved on to other stuff. Then crypto crash, correction, whatever. But long term, NFTs are here to stay. Right. So if you have Wave says, yeah, but NFTs are garbage. I mean, hey, the the eye is in the beholder, right? Or I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Depends what you buy, right? Because NFTs is art is very subjective, right? There's so many different categories and types of art, right? From paintings to sculptures to whatever, right? So if you can't find anything you like, then that's really on you, right? Uh, I'd rather have the art than a digital representation. You can have both, right? So for example, with me, I bought art. It's physical art, but it's limited, right? I can take that physical art and turn that into an NFT. And because an NFT is really just showing ownership on the blockchain. It's digital proof of ownership, right? So you can have something physical and have an NFT go with that, right? So you can have both, right? Because people have done that. Because I think actually might have been a company with Elliot Trades, a YouTuber, which bought a Banksy art piece, and then they burnt that, the physical version of that, and turned that into a digital NFT. But you can have both. You can have a digital and a physical. Okay. If you like it, support the artist. Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm just kind of trying to find low-key artists. I'm not splurging, just kind of going through, finding some stuff. And then from there, I just kind of learn the space and see maybe I pivot into NFTs and begin doing that. But definitely worth looking into. But right now, I'm still an art collector newbie. Okay, so let's reveal the results and see what people say. In first place, yes, NFTs are still waiting for their time. Second, aren't NFTs popular all the time? 3, they're waking up soon. All right, thank you for that. If you enjoyed that, smash the like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. All right, so time for Crypto Showdown. Top altcoin picks for July. We have popular altcoins on tokenmetrics.com with our customers. The options are Chainlink, Celsius, and Cardano. Okay, so we're going to use Tokenmetrics for all three of these. Then I also kind of share my own personal opinion on both of these. So let's look at Chainlink. Okay, so I think Bill also covered Chainlink in the TA, and he said I think it was waking up, I believe. So first thing I look at is low frequency trading indicator turned bearish at $25. Low frequency moves a lot slower. Let's go to the high frequency. Okay, this turned bearish at $40. Wow. So hopefully, if you're following this, you maybe got out and saved some money because right now it's at $19. So you basically avoided a 50% loss just based on the frequency trading indicator. Now let's look at the price predictions for Chainlink. Okay, all right. So price predictions on this, I cannot show what happened here, but it's going pretty flat. Let me move. Let me zoom all the way out. Yeah, so this is not looking too good for Chainlink. Let's look into Celsius. Okay, all right. So Celsius isn't doing, even though it's bearish on the low frequency, it hasn't crashed as much as Chainlink. But maybe Chainlink has bottomed. Oh wow. Okay, so look at this. Celsius has turned bullish. So looking at this at 595, I'll have to be more bullish on Celsius over Chainlink. And going to price predictions. Okay, and the actual price has been going up over the actual prediction. And then we had Cardano. I know we have lots of Cardano fans here in the comments. If you enjoy Cardano, tell me what you think. What's going to do well? Link, Celsius, or Cardano? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so looking at this low frequency on Cardano, it's bearish, but it's been going flat. If we go to the high frequency on Cardano turned bullish. Okay, wow. So we have two coins bullish. So definitely Cardano or Celsius. Now, if we go to price predictions, this is also going flat. Okay, so looking at both of those two, going back to the options here, I would have to go with Cardano, honestly, because I know, because looking at this, right, looking at the TA or the algorithms, Celsius and Cardano are the two that have turned bullish for the high frequency trading strategy. And then we add the fundamentals, right? I know Cardano is going to be launching smart contracts sometime this summer. Does anybody know the actual dates for that? I think it's in August, right? So we have a fundamental catalyst and the visual trading indicator. So to me, that's heaven, right? So if I had to pick one altcoin that I think will do well in July, I'd have to go with Cardano with ADA, ADA. And it looks like we have lots of people saying ADA to the moon. Not financial advice. JL says, yeah, and Celsius and Cardano work together. Okay. All right, so let's see what the audience has to say. Let me show the results. Drum rolls, please. Cardano. So the audience agrees. Cardano will have a great month in July. Well, that's what the audience thinks, and I think as well. So great job. Looks like we're all on the same page. If you like that, subscribe. Post your comments down below. If you think we're wrong, or if you think the audience is wrong, tell us why down below. Okay, noob starting with ETH and ADA. This is a question coming from the forum, from Rick. Hey, Rick, thanks for the question. Question is, I'm a total beginner in crypto. I made my own researches, which ended up taking me to token metrics. That's awesome. And plan to put up a bit of my investments on the side for this. I want to start slow on HODL 2 to 3 currencies for a minimum of 6 months. I'm thinking Ethereum due to the arrival of 2.0 and ADA. Been enjoying watching it grow on GitHub. BTC still sounds to me like the pioneer who originated from a dark web black market and now a decade later is competing against more promising market followers. It is the most popular, so it sounds like a big target for future regulation. Wrong thinking. Again, total noob here. Is that a sound idea for starter? Advice? Welcome. I mean, Bitcoin is not going anywhere anytime soon, right? This is a currency owned by the people. It's decentralized. Bitcoin, the joke is, or the meme is, Bitcoin has died so many times. Just Google how many times Bitcoin has died. But in essence, governments and regulations can't really block technology. They can try to block it. The only way they can really block it is kind of what China did, right? They booted up the miners, they banned ICOs, they can try to ban the service providers or regulate the service providers in the ecosystem, but it's really stupid for them to try to ban it because it's technology. Just like they couldn't ban BitTorrent, right? Something that's peer-to-peer is very tough to ban. It's kind of like whack-a-mole, right? That game where you keep on trying to whack, right? Wherever you whack it, it just pops up somewhere else, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't. So I think that's not good thinking. If anything, I would say, let's say you're concerned about that. Think about what would happen if they banned the providers. How will Bitcoin survive? Right? Just go, because we have case studies of other governments trying to regulate Bitcoin and crypto. Right? But anyway, going back to the other part of the question, you want to start slow on how to 2 to 3 cryptocurrencies for at least 6 months. I mean, I like Ethereum. I think that's good long term. Cardano, as we mentioned, especially if Cardano is basically a hedge to Ethereum smart contracts, right? So it's a good hedge. The technology there is solid. This scored an 88 on the code reviews. This was over a year ago. And now the technology has improved a lot, right? With them getting ready to launch smart contracts. So Cardano is definitely solid and can give Ethereum a run for its money. And having Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, that's a good portfolio if you want to hold 3. If you're more risky, you can throw in a few other altcoins. Check them out on token metrics. We also had our altcoin report, which we put out that covered our best coins for the quarter. If you join as a customer, you can always just contact customer support and they'll email that to you. But yeah, so those are the coins I think make sense if you're looking to hold coins for 3 months. Some people are saying Polkadot, Helium Network. Yes, I love Helium Network. I mean, I would definitely add Helium Network. And Helium launched staking, right? So I've not begun staking yet, but staking is now officially live. I was looking into Bison Trails and what's the other one? Staked. And for Bison, I think you have to have like 5 validators, which is pretty steep. Then for Staked, you have to have 20,000 HNT. Yeah, so it looks like they're targeting mainly institutional or large investors. So if you're a small investor, you probably have to look into the other smaller staking platforms. But I'll probably do a video on that, probably for Moon Mission for our customers. Okay, all right. So let me know what you think. Thank you for that question, Rick. Okay, so let's maybe get a few questions here from the AMA. What is a better value right now, Alchemix or Audius? Very, very good question. Both of them are great projects. I mean, I would say long term from a purely technology standpoint, Audius, because that had a higher score. But looking at the market cap, which one I think has the better chance to do a 10x or more? Now, I do have both. I have both Alchemix and Audius in my portfolio. Now, looking at this, market cap for Audius is 201 million. Then, if we go to, okay, let me just look at the, Audius turned bearish at 209. It's currently at 86 cents. So, not too good, and has even the high frequency hasn't turned bullish yet. Okay, and then let's go to what was it? Already lost. Alchemix, right? That was the other. Okay, I like Alchemix. They haven't yet added Ethereum back to my knowledge, but I haven't checked in a bit because they had AlEth. Even this is bearish. High frequency, bearish as well. So market cap is about the same. So I mean, honestly, I think they're both valued about the same, right? I don't think I would say either is undervalued over the other one, right? Because market cap is about the same, but from a technology standpoint, I would think Audius. But me personally, if I could buy more of one, I mean, Alchemix, when you can borrow against your Ethereum, and that collateral is put into DeFi, into Yearn Finance, into their Dive vaults to earn yield, I mean, that's going to be big for DeFi. And once they figure out the whole issue they have with the Ethereum stuff, once that launches again, this is going to be one of the pinnacle protocols in DeFi, right? So, if anything, I would choose Alchemix just based on how usable it is for me personally, as opposed to Alchemix is nice, but I mean, I'm still playing Spotify music, right? But I have been looking. I am staking my audio tokens, but in terms of if I had to pick one, I just think Alchemix is going to be used so much by DeFi. If we have DeFi summer again, I can see Alchemix really, because it's a capital efficient protocol, and that's the new narrative in DeFi. So that's what I would pick. Thank you for that question. Okay, next question. When do you see altcoin season happening? All right, very, very good question. When do I see altcoin season happening? Quite frankly, I think it's going to happen when, sometime, because we have Ethereum London upgrade happening this month. I think there might be a slight lag before alts really take off. Either they'll take off before that or they'll take off after, right? But I would say August, September. To me, this is not based on anything scientific per se. Just looking, I'm expecting people to really put their money into Ethereum, because you have to kind of look at it each month in crypto. Each month, you always have like that coin of the month, right? So in Prime month, it's been Solana, it's been Polkadot, it's been NFTs, it's been meme coins, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, right? Like, so each month there's a coin of the month. This month it's looking like it's going to be Cardano with smart contracts, right? Whether this month or August. So pick one of those months. And I think Ethereum will also have 1 month this summer, right? With the upcoming. So either it happens this month as well, or it gets pushed back into next month. Maybe they first launch towards end of the month, because I know they're doing testnets. Then after testnets, then they'll launch to mainnet. Once that happens, then maybe Ethereum will start to rise in value, probably more some towards around August. And that's just my personal opinion, right? And then maybe as people make money in Ethereum, they then take some profits off and go into altcoins, into DeFi, into yield farming, into staking, what have you, right? So I see altcoin season happening this year for sure, right? But I'm probably looking at sometime in August, September is what I would personally look at. But definitely curious to see what Forrest and the team has to say in terms of Bitcoin dominance. Because looking at it though, we have Ethereum has been gaining value over Bitcoin in terms of the ETH BTC pair, right? So looking at that, that does make me more optimistic, right? But Bitcoin dominance towards altcoins hasn't been too good for Bitcoin, right? So if anything, maybe Bitcoin has to go up again, and then we go into Ethereum, Cardano, and alts. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. ETH gonna flip BTC soon, says Yummy. I think it's possible. I mean, I think it's gonna happen a lot sooner than people think. JL says maybe Cardano smart contracts start first at September. Okay, if it's September, I mean that's possible. Stack and bananas, like the name says, ADA maybe $4 by September, I think. Okay, that's I mean that's possible. I mean, out of all the projects, Cardano hasn't, even though it went from like 15 cents to $1.50, it hasn't really had like a month where it just went parabolic, in the sense of not just from a price standpoint, but from a community standpoint, right? Because we had Solana, we had Polkadot with their this was sometime last year, right? So if we have DeFi on Cardano, right? Because imagine what happened with Binance Smart Chain, right? All these clones happening on Binance Smart Chain, PancakeSwap, all that, all those projects were going to the moon and beyond, right? Now imagine if we start having a month where DeFi is happening on Cardano. Right, so that's huge, right? That's definitely huge. Patrick says Cardano is slow and steady. Charles doesn't rush anything. Oh, I mean, calling them slow is an understatement. I mean, they're super slow-mo. But hey, I mean, it is good tech. All right, so thank you for that question. All right, next question. We'll probably answer questions for about 10 more minutes. Do you think if Casper and Chia can top 5 project, how do you see them evolve? Casper? I mean, Casper is good tech, but I mean, not anytime soon. Right now, nobody's building on Casper, right? So that's the issue with Casper, right? Their ecosystem has to be built up, right? But looking at their price, actually, let's pull up Casper. But definitely, right now, I have Casper on my watch list, but I'm not buying it anytime soon. Market cap, I mean, unbelievable, 82 million basically, right? It fell from, what is this? Like 80 cents to 13 cents. That's why value investing matters, right? If I switch to trader here, because you don't buy something just because it has great technology. And the same thing happened with ICP. You If you like something with great technology based on our core reviews, fundamental analysis, you put it on your on the watch list, right? That's what I do. I put it on my watch list, and I wait for the valuation to drop, for the market cap to drop to a level where I believe it can do a 10x, right? Because great technology, but if it's overhyped on day one or the first month or so, you buy the top, right? So that's why these projects, especially because you want to buy when there crashes, right? So you find the good projects, put them on the watch list, wait for the market to crash, then you start buying and you start to accumulate, right? That's kind of what I've been doing. This is actually a pretty good price. I mean, I think it could definitely do a 10x from here, from basically 80 million to, assuming no inflation, just keep things simple. This could go from 80 million to 800 million. I mean, even to 8 billion. Because just think about this, technology-wise, that's actually pretty good. I think right now there's nobody building on Casper though, right? So I'll probably wait for a fundamental catalyst to happen, whether they're announcing something or whatever, right? And then I'll start to possibly accumulate. But this price one is actually pretty good. Then the other part of the question was Chia. Can Casper and Chia be top 5? I mean, I think it's possible, right? Is it probable? There's a probability. It's not zero, but it's not 100%. I would say long term, top 5, no. Because for Chia, no. Because to be top 5, I'm thinking of this from a technology standpoint, right? Even though the market is not necessarily like that, right? Because if we go to the current crypto market cap, the top 5 best projects don't have the top 5 largest market cap, right? But they do with Bitcoin and Ethereum. right? But Tether is just purely liquidity for traders. Polkadot is up there. Cardano is up there, right? Now Casper Labs, this had a higher technology score than Cardano. However, the Cardano tech score happened 1 year back. Right? If anything, we have to probably go back and do an updated score on Cardano now, because I'm sure it'll probably score a lot higher, right? And then Chia is good. It scored in the mid 80s, but it wasn't like in the high 90s. Like if anything, Chia is top 25 market cap project, in my opinion. But even both of these, the timelines would have to be in the next couple of years. I would say 2 to 3 years, maybe even longer. But the market is moving pretty fast. Right? Then how do I see them evolving? I think when Chia IPOs, because that's part of their plan, that's going to be big. Right? That's a big fundamental catalyst. Now they're really getting the institutional stamp of approval, which is going to be big, right? Casper Labs, they just need developers building on their, and there was some kind of security vulnerability, I think, a developer was talking about, but I have to double check. But right now, Casper just needs time, and they need marketing and biz dev. Essentially, that's my opinion. Are governance tokens worth buying? Right now, not really. In this crash, it has to have a more than just being a governance token. Right? You have to have other reasons to hold the token, right? So I like cash flow positive tokens, tokens that pay you to hold, right? I mean, whether they're securities or not, right, is different story. But these tokens, if they get like liquidity, like Alchemix, actually Alchemix right now is not a cash flow positive token, but they do plan to change that in their governance right now. But basically, besides governance, I like to have staking and like to have protocols that give you a portion of the fees they make on the network, right? So, for example, with you said Uniswap, I don't think Uniswap really gives you any portion of the fees. That's why I like Integer DEX, right? Now, Uniswap has a better technology score. However, Integer DEX is a capital efficient DEX competing with Uniswap. That's why I invested in this token sale. This was the first token sale I've been in over the last 2 years. But they take all the fees. Well, I'm not sure if it's all, but basically a portion of the fees, and they pay them out to stakers, right? People who have the token and they're staking. That's big. That's how you get some extra cash flow during a crash. So that's what I like. All right. Next question: should I sell most of my altcoins short term to ride BTC/ETH until next altcoin season, or continue staking? Which direction offers best returns? A very good question. Should I sell most of my altcoins short term to? I mean, I never sell all my altcoins because the way I view it is you have to build a portfolio. If you're just holding just Bitcoin and Ethereum, is that really a portfolio? That's just being risk averse, which is good. But I mean, at least for me, I'm looking to hit home runs, take the risk of striking out, right? And you avoid striking out and basically losing the whole game by making sure when you try to swim for the home runs, you can live again, right? So you do that by diversifying your portfolio, right? So you can have Bitcoin, you can have Ethereum, you can have alts, right? But just make sure the correlation on them is good, right? That's why we have the indices. The indices are designed to give altcoins in the dip, buying altcoins in a crash is the best time to buy altcoins. It's not the sexiest time to buy altcoins, right? But if it's sexy, I mean they're playing you. Right? You're buying the top. Now you want to buy when it's not sexy, and you have to do that during a crash, during a bear market, and that's when you make the most money, right? Whether Polygon, Matic, Helium, or pick any altcoin that made people money, right? Most people bought it in a crash when nobody wanted to touch altcoins. That's the best time to buy, right? So if you're getting out now, you're basically telling me that you plan to come back and buy the top, right? Because timing the market is tough. I mean, timing the market is very, very tough, right? So if you think you can get out of altcoins and time the market and come back into altcoins, that means you'll be buying alts when people are FOMOing into alts. So you won't be getting the best entry, right? So the question is, how do you hedge, right? Because you can be an alt, spread the risk around, but if you have a long-term mindset, you should be fine, in my opinion, right? Because if you have Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're already kind of hedging your portfolio, right? So you can have some alts in your portfolio. What I do is I don't put more than 5% into any altcoin, right? I have a video on my web on our channel on YouTube going through kind of my philosophy on investing. But let's say you have 30% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, that's 50%. Then you take the other 50%, and let's say you do 10 alts, right? That's 5% in those alts. But those alts aren't just random alts. You're finding quality, great projects that will be around for the next 5 years, right? Projects that have actual value, right? Essentially, no governance tokens, right? That's kind of the lesson we learned in the last DeFi pump and dump, basically. No governance tokens, right? Because they're nice, they're making money. When the music starts playing, they're wrecked, right? I learned that myself as well with our Tornado Cash. Great technology, but token is useless, right? So unless they add staking or some other incentive, maybe sharing a portion of the fees they make with people who hold the token, I mean, that's because nobody wants to vote for governance in a bear market, right? So factor that in when you're buying those tokens, right? So make sure, like Helium Network, right? Somebody was asking why I'm bullish on Helium. Helium is great because in a bear market, people still are going to use it. People are getting, if you're in a good city, you're earning $3 to $6 grand a month with Helium, right? So why would you sell that in a bear market, right? That's basically that. Apologies with the Wi-Fi. I'm here at a hotel, so hotel Wi-Fi is not doing too well. But we've reached the top of the hour. We are going to wrap this up. But thank you so much for the questions. Once again, happy 4th of July to everybody. It's been great. And then thank you so much for the support in the crowdfund. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let me actually see this. Yeah, so thank you for the support. We're getting there to our goal. Actually, apologies. I think somebody said there were some super chats that I missed. Let me see if I can find them. Just give me 1 second. So apologies. I haven't really been looking at these super chats. I guess maybe producer, could you pull up the super if you can find them? Looks like the signal stopped. Are we still okay? So post chain will take crypto. Okay, yeah. No, don't shield. Let's take that off. I'm sorry. That was we just lost $100. And what's the other one? Okay, yeah. Hex is not a good long-term investment in my opinion. So there we go. Question about, so if you have any questions regarding the crowdfund, I recommend you go watch the video on refund. All the videos we're making have to be put up here. So if you just come up here, we have, I think it's under updates, or it should be somewhere. Maybe towards the end. This is the pitch, right? You come through here, watch the whole. Okay, I'll talk to my team, but the videos are supposed to be up here. I'm not sure exactly where they are, but we also have it on YouTube as well. The same video. It's a deep dive answering all the questions you have, right? This right now, as mentioned, we're testing the waters. This is the legal disclosure. This is a regulation crowdfund, a CF. This is for equity, not tokens, right? This is for equity in token metrics, giving you a piece of the company, right? I mean, that'd be pretty cool, right? Imagine if we did. This has not been planned yet, but imagine if we gave NFTs to our equity investors. That would be pretty cool. I mean, there's so many different things we can do, right, to appreciate our Token Metrics family. Right. So with that being said, thank you so much. It's been a blast. If you enjoyed this video, get this video, share, like, subscribe. That helps with the algorithm. And most important of all, tell a friend to tell a friend. Not being in crypto is a financial crime. Crypto forever. Share this video.
Life-changing
Twitter,
money. To
everywhere.
the point where you can buy your mom
Thank
and
you.
dad a brand new house, right? You can pay off your college loans. You can invest in your future, not have to work again, pursue your dreams, your passion, not have to have a job, work that 9 to 5 grind, right? Break the system, hack the system. This is what the show is all about.
They said relax but never retire. Feeling detached, never inspired. They told me relax but I can't retire. I'm feeling detached, never inspired. Like I would live on but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. The corporate life is so redundant when your freedom isn't free. It comes to being someone, just believe that you can be. And now how can I have hunger when they tell me when to eat? How can I lead others when they tell me who to meet? Then they tell me when to come and then they tell me when to leave. They say how much to give and then forget how much I need. It's the precious to succeed with the lessons of the greed. I question who to be and saw this message is in me. I gotta know.
Life-changing money.
I wanna work for myself, I gotta work for myself, I gotta go.
You can invest in your future, not
Raise
have to work
spirits to the
again.
moon, put nerves on the shelf, I gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
I wanna stay free or want the safety, I gotta go.
Break the system, hack the system.
Although they paid me,
This is what the
they
show's
never
all
made
about.
me. I wanna relax, forever retire. I wanna detach, I'm feeling inspired. They told me relax, but I can't retire. I gotta detach, gotta decide. They got me thinking I would live on, but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You or die now. Hey, I will never be a wage slave. I gotta stay made. Hey, I used to see this in the 8th grade. Wasn't a day late. Hey, I found the love that I was seeking, life that I'm leading. Hey, now I can do this every weekend, cause I'm a free man. I was in Tokyo, riding the job wheel, the rodeo, dancing with the devil for payment. I couldn't do-si-do, but I was driven. The mission gave me an open road. Made a decision to whip him like it's a motor show. 6-figure slave, I was paid, wasn't well though. Heard of crypto underground, it became my railroad. Started making earnest money, it's for whom the bell tolls. Went from wishing for sales clothes to sales. Now I can relax, forever retire. Now I'm detached, forever inspired. Now I can relax, forever retire. I had to detach, had to decide. And now I'm thinking I can live on and not just survive. You know this system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. I made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now. Crypto retirement, yeah, that's where my mind went. Started thinking higher, now they can't hire my time spent. No, not retire like 65 when your job ends. More like an island, and if I'm by it, I buy it. Free travel, dealership, sweet dabble. I reign like Leeds Castle, you reign like Seattle. We went from sheep cattle to eating beef and mackerel at feasts. No lassos, just beliefs me in a saddle. You gotta know.
Like life-changing, like
You wanna work for yourself, you gotta work for yourself, you gotta go.
not have to work again.
Raise spirits to the moon, put nerves on the shelf, you gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
You wanna stay free or want the safety, you gotta go.
This is what the show is all about.
Although they paid you, they never made you. Now we can relax, forever retire. Now we detach, forever inspired. Now we can relax, forever retire. We had to detach, had to decide. And now we know that we can live on and not just survive. We left the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They live in a lie. We made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now.
I'm here to put you guys on and share all the different resources and tips I come across in my journey to making $1 million and making $1 billion, right? I'm trying to share this with the world for free. I'm not here to sell you some $2,000 course, ebook, webinar, whatever, right? I'm here to put you guys on the game for free, open source, right? The same model as blockchain, Bitcoin, or these cryptocurrencies. I'm here to share everything with you guys.
TokenMetrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.